At the Okoli Law Group, we specialize in producing justice. If you or a loved one in the Atlanta metro area is facing serious criminal charges, then you need serious legal representation.
The Okoli Law Group is here for you. The Okoli Law Group is here for us.
The Okoli Law Group, serious legal representation.
Peace, family. I hope all is well. I hope your Saturday is going well. Again, I hope you are enjoying your Saturday. Hold on. Let me do a sound check. There we go. Bam. We're good to go. Do me a favor. Really, it should not be a favor. You should just be doing it off the strength. Hit that like button. Again, please hit that like button as you come to the chat room. Once again, hit the like button. Also, make sure you share and make sure you subscribe. We got a little... There we go. And make sure you subscribe. I will greatly appreciate it. It really means a lot. I appreciate your support. Y'all, we have been going strong on YouTube. Let's see here. 7 years. I mean, I started posting videos back in 2012. Started going live, I think maybe 2016, maybe. So we've been going strong on YouTube now for a while. And listen, I'm not going anywhere. I am not going anywhere, but I really need your guys' support. Okay, I really appreciate and need your guys' support so we can keep this thing going. Because I'm not going nowhere. I'm here. I'm here for the long haul. I am committed. Let's do it. So hit the like button. I got a couple of announcements. Announcement number one, our Senegal trip to the St. Louis, the French pronunciation, St. Louis Jazz Festival. We are booked. And I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the support. But we're booked. So thank you. Nigeria. We have Nigeria coming up for the Osun Festival, August 4th to the 13th. August 4th through the 13th. We have 3 spots remaining. August 4th through the 13th. We have 3 spots remaining. So please visit Danfo.Africa. Again, please visit Danfo, DANFO.Africa to learn more. Again, please visit Danfo, DANFO.Africa to learn more. We also have Zanzibar in September. I believe it's 22nd through October 1st. I'm considering changing that trip to Namibia for early November. Or maybe even Cote d'Ivoire. Again, I'm considering possibly changing the Zanzibar trip end of September and pushing it back to November. But instead of going to Zanzibar, going to either Namibia or Cote d'Ivoire. I haven't decided yet. I'm still contemplating. But that's the idea. I don't know. Guys, give me your feedback. Would you rather go? Oh, man. Would you rather go to Namibia or Cote d'Ivoire? Again, would you rather go to Namibia or Cote d'Ivoire? Flexed up. If we go to Cote d'Ivoire, you rolling? We go to Cote d'Ivoire, you rolling? I love Cote d'Ivoire. My favorite hotel in Africa is in Cote d'Ivoire. Well, like one of my favorite restaurants is a restaurant / hotel called the Bushman. Bushman Cafe and Hotel. So I love Cote d'Ivoire. People are saying Namibia. I don't know yet. We might do Namibia. We might do Cote d'Ivoire. I don't know. Or you might just stick to Zanzibar. I'm going to make a decision by middle of next week. Again, I'm going to make a decision by middle of next week. But I've been meaning to get back to Namibia. I've been in Namibia once. Been meaning to get back. I had an excellent time in Namibia. Again, I had an excellent time in Namibia. Let's see what festivals are going on. I think there's a let's see here, festivals. Because when I take my guests to Africa, I like to take them to festivals. Festivals, Ivory Coast. Or just do Zanzibar in February. There's a festival in Zanzibar in February. But I'll look into it. And if you have not bought the documentary In Search of Uhuru, there's 52 of you guys watching right now. If any of you have not bought the documentary of In Search of Uhuru, click on that documentary link on top of the website, and please go and buy the documentary. I would greatly appreciate it. Well, they don't speak English in Benin, and we had a translator. That's what translators are for. Again, that's what translators are for. Please visit donfo.africa to buy the documentary and learn more about all of our destinations. I might even go to Ghana. I might even do Ghana in November for Akwasidai. Or in October for Akwasidai. I don't know. But I'll let you guys know here in the next couple of days, so everyone can prepare. So let's jump into today's topic. If you guys don't know, Idris Elba, fellow Sierra Leone. If you guys don't know, I'm Sierra Leonean as well. So we have another fellow Sierra Leonean, Idris Elba, who's considering building a smart city on Sherbro Island, which is an island off the coast of Sierra Leone. Now, a lot of people are pessimistic and skeptical. I want to see it done. I'm Sierra Leonean. It's a win for everybody. It's a win for me. It's a win for Sierra Leone. So I have a stake in this, not directly, but indirectly. Since I'm in the tourism/hospitality business, that smart city gets done, I could bring more reason to bring people to Sierra Leone. Again, more reason to bring people to Sierra Leone. So I'm all for it. Somebody said Ivory Coast. Okay, let me get back. Let me get back focused on this. I'll make a decision by midweek or before the weekend is over. So I am all for this smart city being completed and being realized. But a lot of people are pessimistic. I'm going to tell you why. So Akon wasn't the first to come up with this idea of a futuristic smart city. Actually, it was designer Oswald Boateng. Shout out to Oswald Boateng. I still got to get my money up so I get me Oswald Boateng suit. But I'm going to buy me a tie. I saw some, like the tie I wanted that's on the Oswald Boateng site is sold out. I'm going to buy me a couple of neckties from Oswald Boateng. You don't know he's a famous designer. He's the first Black designer to be on Savile Row in London. He was going to build a city in Uganda, and from my understanding, it was land disputes, and it's not happening. In fact, it was called the Made in Africa Project. Not to be confused with let's see, Oswald Boateng. Not to be confused with our brother RJ Mahdi. Yeah, the Made in Africa Foundation. And it was supposed to be done again in Uganda, but it just didn't happen. So, in fact, let me pull this up real quick. This is interesting. I don't know where it's at. I don't know where he stands with it. I don't know what's going on with it, but we haven't heard about it in years. And if you guys have seen this documentary, I believe it was brought up in this documentary. So this is it right here. This is him. Dope, brother. I went to when his documentary premiered. I went to 2 of his screenings, and he was there, so I got to meet him. So I know he was supposed to build a futuristic city in Uganda, and it didn't happen. And you don't know Oswald Boateng. He was a designer. He makes custom bespoke boots for a lot of entertainers. That's his claim to fame. But it didn't happen. Now, from my understanding, it's been put on hold. Jimmy Ano's being built in Senegal, so it is impossible. I mean, is Jimmy Ano supposed to be a smart city? I mean, Jimmy Ano is where all of the government buildings have. So what the car? This is the car. This is the car Senegal. So the car has the light rail now, the train that takes you from downtown Plateau all the way to Jimmy Ano. I've caught it. And so a lot of the government buildings are now located in Jimmy Ano, which when you come from the airport, you drive through Jimmy Ano. That too, Dr. Ericana, which we're going to get into that. She was supposed to build Wakanda. Don't know what's going on with that. Then we have Akon City. That's supposed to happen. Don't know where that's at. So we have all these ambitious products, and I'm not saying you can't be ambitious. You're supposed to be ambitious. You're supposed to be a little delusional. But we're just seeing these products aren't progressing. So now comes our Sierra Leonean brother, Idris Elba, who's saying he's going to develop a smart city in Sierra Leone. And already people are like, listen, we've heard this before from all these other entertainers and actors and whatnot, and it doesn't happen. So what's going to make this project any different? Because when we're talking about these smart cities, I mean, these are billion-dollar projects. So the question is, where are you going to get the money from? Again, the question becomes, where are you going to get the money from? And that's kind of where it begins and where it ends, because a lot of our entertainers who want to build these smart cities, I mean, they have to get the funding. This stuff isn't cheap. Guys, I'm trying to pull up the hold on, give me 1 second, guys. I want to pull up the video that spoke on Oswald Boateng's project that was supposed to take place in Uganda, but didn't happen. That's what I'm trying to pull up now. Because I saw a news article on it, a news report on it, and it just there was just land disputes. Okay, we'll find out later. But we all know about Akon. And now we have Idris Elba. And this is what's going on. Idris Elba is looking to build a smart eco city off the coast of Sierra Leone. British actor and DJ Idris Elba is planning to leverage technology to benefit a West African country. According to CNN, Elba is looking to build a smart eco city on Sherbro Island, an island off the southwestern coast of Sierra Leone. I have not been there yet. Elba is acquainted with the area as his father was born in the country, and the English actor became a citizen himself after a visit in 2019 per BBC. The efforts surrounding Sherbro Island are being undertaken through a collaboration between Sherbro Alliance partners, a UK registered company, and the Sierra Leone government to improve the area's economic state. The island website mentions Elba is also co-founder of SAP, spearheading the venture. At some junction, my business partner, Shaika Stevens, that name sounds so familiar. Shaika Stevens. That name sounds so familiar. Guys, where's that name from? I've heard that name. He's named after, hold on. He's a Sierra Leonean. Yeah, he's the president of Sierra Leone. I'm tripping. Yeah, I'm like, so this is his son? Because he passed away in 1988. So is this his son he's partnered with? Because it's a street in downtown Sierra Leone. That suggests that the investments in a smart eco city are not rampant due to the hesitations of some who may not see Africa's promise, according to the outlet. Nevertheless, Elba has assembled a team to devise an investment framework aimed at reshaping investors' perspectives and motivating them to support the venture. Obviously, this is Sierra Leone. It's one of the poorest countries in the world, so investment isn't rushing through the door, he said to CNN. That's changing. That's changing. So what we needed to do was understand how to package an investment opportunity around a beautiful island without destroying it. Being climate conscious and being conscious that there is a youth culture across Africa of the average age of about 20 that wants something. He continued, I've suddenly found myself in the middle of trying to figure out how to pull this together. And what I did was get the best in class thinkers on how to build a robust investment framework for the international players to look at Africa in a different way. And that's what Sherbro Island is. That's a very long-winded way of saying it's my retirement plan. Man, Idris is 51 years old. The 51-year-old sees great promise in technology, improving the state of Africa. In February 2024, during a meeting with the Bank of Ghana, Elba's ongoing efforts were displayed as reported by Modern Ghana. He led a conversation on behalf of the Stellar Development Foundation, a nonprofit he's partnered with that seeks to create more financial equity using blockchain technology. Its website mentions the purpose of the conversation was to advance the creator economy, and Ghana already has significant advancements in central bank digital currency per Modern Ghana. by providing creators with opportunities for growth as well as access to funding and efficient distribution of their earnings. The collaboration will be addressing a long-standing challenge many Africans face. Working with the bank, SDF aims to pilot technological and policy innovations to aid in administrating intellectual property and copyrights of content creators. Okay. Elba sees the creative economy as a gateway for job creation while also reshaping the country's perception. Let me write this down. I'm gonna reach out to them. Elba sees the creative economy as a gateway for job creation while also reshaping the country's perception. That's why he has created nearly 10 films on the African continent. The fulcrum of the creative arts is that every single type of industry falls within it. Elba told CNN, "You and I are speaking from microphones that are manufactured somewhere based on their use in this industry. The cameras we are being shot on, the makeup that we're both wearing. This is such a massive intersection of industries that create jobs and create opportunities. If you look at the creative industries, there's singing, dancing, and telling stories. We're limiting what it actually is. It is an incredible opportunity for engineering, creativity, storytelling, heritage, and propaganda." He continued, "We need support from government, saying the creative arts industry does need support and an incentive for it to grow. I've made 9 films in Africa, 9 of 8 films. Each time I'm there, I see the opportunities growing. I see the quality of the work growing, and I just want to contribute more." There it is. Shout out to Jughead for the super chat. The Greetings Dynast. Africa needs smart cities. Africa needs smart cities. Economic power, scientific development, and military development the way. 2, plants need photosynthesis. Loud, don't give up hope, Dynast. Listen, I'm not going Jughead, I'm not going anywhere. I am not going anywhere. Trust me, I am here for the long run. All right. Love and respect from the UK, bro. All right, guys, I'm going to put the link in the chat room. I'll put the link in the chat room if you want to call in and add to the conversation. Please click on that link and you can call in and add to the conversation. But yeah, I mean, this is a win for Sierra Leoneans. I want to see this work. I want to see this happen. I want to see this. I want Idris and the president, and because I mean this isn't an overnight project. This is a 10-year situation. But I want to see this done. Who wouldn't? Who would not? Who in there? You would have to be crazy to say, I don't want to see this project completed. I want to see it done. So links in the chat room. If you want to call in and add to the conversation, you're more than welcome to call in and add to the conversation. We'll take a couple callers and then we'll take it from there. Smart cities, economic development, high infrastructure, jobs, low crime, good housing, Black self-respect. There we go. Just got my DNA back, and I am 11% midday. AJ has to be through African ancestry if you want to be considered for citizenship. Has to be through African ancestry. No 23andMe, no, what's the other one? Ancestry.com. When that nature boy got arrested, I thought he resembled you. Please, man, come on. No, not at all. Definitely ain't. Nah. Don't do me like that. I rebuke that, Ella Mac. All right, go ahead, Brandon.
Hey, can you hear me clear?
Yeah, it sounds like you're on your Getro, but go ahead.
Nah, I'm just riding as a passenger in a vehicle right now. But
okay.
Man, for a smart city, you need smart people, Dynast. And I really feel like the smart city stuff is becoming like something that people are saying, to kind of get their name out there, to get their name back in the conversation. I mean, I do hope Idris Elba does it, but when I think of smart cities, I just think about, can you make a regular city first that's functional and running and has paved roads and resources that people can access easily and fairly? It kind of seems like when you talk about building smart cities in Africa, maybe if it was like Rwanda, okay, but Sierra Leone, Ghana, all these places, you gotta crawl before you can walk, and these dudes don't even got the basics down yet. But they talking about smart cities. Why don't you do some smart roads? Some smart garbage disposal, waste management facilities. Like, there's so many other things I feel like you could build instead of just be like, I'm going to build this smart city. What's the point of a smart city with a bunch of stuff around it that's undeveloped? Kind of sounds like some futuristic, dystopian future type stuff. What you think?
Nah, Freetown could use a lot of development, especially when it comes to trash, as far as just proper trash disposal and infrastructure. So I understand that. Why not put the investment back into your capital city before moving on and developing a smart city? I get that. Because still, when people fly into Sierra Leone, Freetown's going to, well, actually, it's Lungwe, is going to be the first impression of Sierra Leone, and it can use some development. I mean, I love my country no matter what. But I understand what you're saying, Brandon. Why not put that money into, the capital city or, a place where people first touch when they come to Sierra Leone, because that first impression is important versus building a whole nother city in Sherbro Island. So I get it. Go ahead, Brandon.
I just hope it's not, a lot of this I feel, and this is a speculation, Dinas, I feel like the government of these countries might allow these dudes to announce this type of stuff as a way to kind of, don't be bad, but like launder money, Idris Elba's gonna invest. He's doing this. And now they got a bunch of excuses to disappear funds and stuff where people aren't like immediately expecting to see any, results. So who knows? We can explore that in the future. But I just think there's a lot he could do before he talks about a smart city. It sounds good, but most of these people talking about a smart city don't even know how to work their damn cell phone. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the people getting mad at me for, criticizing or giving my opinion on it. We just love the words. Lip service is so powerful in our community. You got to be careful.
All right, Nigerian first. Go ahead.
I think I kind of agree with Brad. If people just come out and announce things. This, if you want to build a smart city, it costs money. We are talking about close to 20 to 30 billion dollars for you to come up with anything. These are not. These are capital intensive projects, and I don't think they have that kind of resources to go into that kind of business. It's just a way to, I believe, to launder money. So it's not going to work. For instance, even Abuja, it took Nigeria almost 40 years now. I think, yeah, they started building Abuja since I think late 80s. So building cities it's not a joke. It's very, very capital intensive. You have to spend real money. So these guys are not ready.
What are your thoughts on Akon City?
Same thing. See, okay, for Dinas, you know about Eco Atlantic City.
Of course.
Thank you. Let me tell you why that project is still like that.
So yeah, I mean, the hotel I stay at is literally like right around the corner when I bring my guests to Lagos. So I'm very familiar with it. Go ahead.
A piece of land there is extremely expensive. You understand me? Extremely. The only celebrity that has recently bought land there is about to build his own house there is Davido, because he has a lot of money. average Nigeria cannot afford land there.
Well, it's not for the average Nigerian.
Oh, you said?
It's not for the average Nigerian.
I agree.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, of course.
so these things
But it's
are
a city, not a resort. It's a city, not a resort. A city is supposed to be available to everyone who lives around in the country.
Yeah, but
that will make
doesn't.
it
But Brandon, that's equivalent to say, Calabasas is for everyone, or what's the name of some Woodland Hills? What's the name of some of these other suburbs of LA? Rancho Palos Verdes should be accessible for everyone. It just doesn't work like that. Some areas, some cities are, some communities are, some aren't.
But the thing is, Dynas, if I want to go eat at a fancy restaurant in those places, I could do that. It's different. We have access to it. We might not be able to buy land there, but if you got something where the average Nigerian can't even go eat a plate of food there, they don't have access.
Well, they don't even have restaurants open there yet, so we're not even there yet.
I think the United States is building their new embassy there as we speak.
Right.
I think they're going to launch it next year. Yeah, will be in operation next year. So a lot of I think also a church bought a land there recently in Eco Atlantic City. So, well, it's too expensive, really. I think they should. You said?
No, go ahead.
I think if Idris said, okay, maybe a movie or production village, that would have been better for other things like film village or something like that. I think that would have that would have been understandable. Not you spending money building another city. How many Sierra Leoneans can afford that kind of place? No, few. So,
we won't know till it's, I guess, done.
Okay, I wish them all the best.
Yeah, of course. I mean, if it happens, I win. I mean, Sierra Leoneans win, so I definitely want it to happen.
I actually watched a video on YouTube recently concerning a guy did something like this. Like most of the so-called futuristic city that have been proposed, it is almost 95% failure. They have not worked. There's a video. I saw the video. I think last month. Yeah, on YouTube. Yeah, 95% of this project have never worked.
Dynas, think about this. Think if you're a Sierra Leonean taxpayer, right? You drive or walk down dirt roads every day, right? Little resources like street lights, stuff like that, you don't have it, right? Then you hear, yo, we're gonna build a smart city in my country. Wouldn't you be pissed off that you're still walking down dirt roads while these dudes are talking about investing millions and millions and millions of dollars into what could be defined as vanity projects? You got to do the basics first. Give your people the basic dignity first. Then you could talk about some excessive spending. It would be irresponsible to do that.
Guys, if you want to tap in, links in the chat room, click on the link. I will put the link back in the chat room again. Link is in the chat room. He makes a great point. At Nam makes a great point. It's private investment led, not public money. Private money is building it. So if it's private money, what really can the citizens of Sierra Leone say?
Private companies only build when they get incentives from the government. So how much capital or how much income or resources are being taken from the people to give to incentivize the private equity interest, the private interest to build there? It always goes back to the people.
I think if they want to spend that kind of money, they should at least invest it in the area whereby people are already visiting, like places like Zanzibar, maybe Mombasa in Kenya. These are already a traveling place where tourists normally go to. Maybe let's say Cape Town, South Africa. or something.
Why,
Not
why, why,
at
why,
least
why would he do that? I mean, why would he? I mean,
because
he
this
wants to, he wants to,
destination
he wants to
already
invest.
attracts.
He wants to
Right.
invest in his country. He's from Sierra Leone.
Okay. Well, no problem. Let him build the city. Let's see.
Go ahead, Mr. Salmon. Unmute yourself.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I love the investment potential of this business proposition that Idris Elba is trying to venture into, because they're saying it's projected in the next 10 to 15 years through the exponential advancement of renewable energy technology that they'll be able to power an entire city with just solar panels. And it just so happens that the most important mineral necessary to build solar panels is most abundant in Africa, particularly sub-Saharan Africa. This is why it's so integral that the countries in Africa unify so that uh, 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 they can all come together and make profits off of lithium, which is most abundant in Zimbabwe. So, but I see also some problems in this potential investment that Idris Elba is trying to venture into, because Nigeria, I believe the most wealthiest black man in the world, he lives in Nigeria. I forgot his name. Uh,
Aliko Dangote.
oh yeah, Oliko Dangote. He has also invested several $billions into oil refinery in Nigeria. So I believe that if they want to go fossil fuel energy, or do they want to do renewable energy? Because if Enrique Dangote has plans on supplying all of sub-Saharan Africa with fossil fuel energy, and you have his neighbor just a few countries over in Sierra Leone that wants to produce renewable energy, that could be a conflict in interest. So, but yeah, I love the investment potential in it long term, being that our world is changing technologically, and with advanced technology when it comes to renewable energy, they should be able to make a huge profit. So maybe this place off of the island, off of Sierra Leone, this island could be like a guinea pig or a test project to see how well solar panels and renewable energy can power an entire metropolis. Also, uh, yeah. So, uh, damn, I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
All right. So what do you, Nigerian first? What are your thoughts?
The reason for if you observe the former owner of BET, I think he invested close to about 300 million building a resort there. Why did he close it? It wasn't
I don't,
viable.
that resort couldn't have been that much. You're talking about Bob Johnson. That resort.
Yes,
I've been to that resort. It wasn't no $300 million.
Was it viable? The answer is no. That was why he folded up and leave. It was not. If you want to go into, at least do something that will be viable for, so you will make your money back, and all you'll be able to employ the locals instead of spending unnecessary money that will for something that will not work.
Well, Ghanaian actually acquired the resort, so I mean it's still there. It's viable for somebody.
Okay.
So
Okay, let
guys,
him do it first. Let's not be negative. Let them get it done. Then we'll take this conversation serious.
guys, links in the chat room. Link is in the chat room if you want to call in after the conversation. He's also Idris Elba supposed to be building a film school in Sierra Leone as well.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Yeah, with the advancement and all of this artificial technology, we're seeing that a lot of entertainers, particularly actors and musicians, rappers, and singers, they're going into other investment projects because the money in the entertainment business is drying up. You see what I'm saying? So you'll see a lot of these artists, you know, from Ice Cube to Jay-Z, they're going into other investment potentials because just the potential of making money solely as an actor isn't there as it used to be. So he's just like making an investment for his future because he probably thinks that his acting career is coming to an end shortly, which is a smart thing to do, you know?
Amar, go ahead, Amar. Unmute yourself.
Hello, how's everybody doing today?
Everybody's doing well. Go ahead.
Yeah, I said it, I seen the heading saying Sierra Leone, Idris Elba want to build a small city in Sierra Leone over there in Bunk Island. Well, it's a good thing. It's just that you gotta have between Bunk is an island away from
No,
boat.
it's Sherbrooke. It's Sherbrooke.
Shabro Island.
Yes.
Yeah, Shabro Island. Banff is one of the cities in Shabro Island. Shabro Island is it's in Banff province. But the thing is, for them to get tourists to come over, they need to have like a ferry service, some kind of ferry service, and I guess part of the plans would be like a dock. You know, like those Greek islands. I don't know if you ever been to Greece.
No.
Okay, if you go to Greece, there's some islands off of Greece that are real nice. That you have like ferry services and you have like a port receiving people. You know,
Santorini and the rest.
yeah. If they'll have to do that. That would bring tourists because historically they got the slave forts over there, and then the Bunk Island is natural. I mean, they got beautiful beaches. Other people are trying to do some touristy thing over there, but they haven't done it as large scale as this guy might want to be. I mean, that's a good location right there because Sierra Leone has some of the best natural beaches out there. You know, I mean, the last president was talking about why we can scale it up and bring in more tourists and stuff like that. We do have it. We just and it's a good thing that somebody of our own background is trying to do something like that because usually it's Lebanese and Indians and whites that will want to come in and put up structures over there, and then they'll make the locals be part of and enjoy the scenery. You know, like right now in like Lumley Beach, Aberdeen, all those places is dominated by these Lebanese and stuff. They build most of the hotels over there. Although we locals can go over there and have fun at Lumley Beach, Aberdeen, and Tokay, number 2, most of these Bure, you know, it's mostly the hotels are owned by these guys. And so it's a good thing. It's a good thing. You just had to stick with it. Once you make a plan, you stick to it. And then you can advertise it. Sierra Leone that's one of our wonders right there. We have a lot of natural beaches. Yeah, I mean, you go to other African countries, I mean, they got a lot of rocks on their beaches and stuff like that. It's all nice sand. It's like number 2, you know, white sand. When the tide is high, you know, it's one beach. When the tide is low, it's split into 2. It's you know, we got to develop that area. I mean, this is a good move. I approve it. You know, as a Sierra Leonean, I approve this. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. I approve it. As a Sierra Leonean, I approve of it as well.
Yeah. It's they would have to have like well, people that want to fly in, we'll have like a mini airport, or have cruises. Some of these small European companies, well, I'm saying European companies because people need to step it up. This is a West African thing that everybody can pitch in. These cruise liners that go to the Caribbean or whatever, they got this small sized, they're bigger than yachts, but they can hold at least 50 to 100 people. They got those small sized cruises that regular West Africans can pitch in, whether they're the diaspora or they're out there, pitch in and have cruises going back and forth from the mainland to the island. You see what I'm trying to say? This is the ground floor opportunity. But most of the time, people do a lot of talking. They don't want to. The man has put the foundations. I mean, the next stage is somebody to take advantage of the opportunity. It's a great opportunity to have cruises. Look at even the airport. Although the one Nigerian dude had one of the ferries that goes back and forth from Lunge Airport. Yeah, he stood up. But that's a glaring example of people needing to, come together. If we had crowdfunding or something like that, but the trust level is not there. Everybody want to do their own thing. Everybody want to shine each other. That's the problem right there. Next thing you know, the Europeans, Chinese, and all these other people will come in with their boats, and they'll be doing cruises over there, and everybody will be complaining. But that's it right there. This golden opportunity, make it one of the West Africa. We're not there. I mean, with the exception of Ghana and Senegal and the Gambia. Tourism is not really huge. It's something we need to work on. Our tourism may be local. You see what I'm trying to say? But this is a golden opportunity where every West African can participate and pitch in and get some of these small sized boats, even if you lease them. Once the city is built, you get cruises from anywhere from West Africa. As a location where people can go, middle class West Africans and upper class West Africans that want to spend something locally instead of going to Dubai, Greece, all these other places. That's a prime place where we can take advantage of. So, I mean, this is a real ground floor opportunity. I hope well, I don't know the master plan, if they want to do it in phases and stuff like that. But it's a real ground floor opportunity for anybody around West Africa. I mean, we can really pitch in and get some small size. This small size boats my cousin was looking at the other day. I mean, 50 off the coast of Greece. They got 50 to 100 people. Not a whole lot. Capacity. You have those going back and forth all over West Africa. That would be a premium place. People can go, have fun, go back. Yeah, West Africans we're not touristy minded, with the exception of Gambia and Senegal, and maybe Ghana. But the rest of us are not. We don't put a premium, even like building beachfront properties. We don't put a premium on the beach, because when you build a beachfront property, the first thing you think is because of the local law enforcement that is lacking, there'll be people, these boys that rob people, get on a boat, get on one of your easy access to your beachfront property, and break in. So most of the wealthy West Africans, they build inland. Like the United States, you see a lot of beachfront properties. They put a premium on beachfront properties. You see what I'm saying? Our wealthy people don't do that. They build inland and they build these high walls to secure themselves, away from everybody.
No, the reason for that is that the government, the government didn't build coastal road in many of these countries. For instance, Nigeria just recently approved coastal road from Lagos to Calabar. and that would have been done. If they do that, it would have, expose those areas. You see people start building resorts, beach front apartment and houses to open the economy. So I think now now is the time. So the current president just approved the project for the coastal highway.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, there needs to be an ECOWAS project where it can be expanded. You know, that way we can keep our monies in our economy. People want to have fun. They go to Dubai, go to Greece, go to the Mediterranean. Spending money on other people. We don't spend it on ourselves. That's our problem. But our number one problem is we want to get all the degrees, get all the big jobs. Don't want to risk our money. Plenty of us out there can take loans or have money or have collateral which we can put towards this project, but the belief is just not there. We always have this mentality of somebody's going to take our money and run away and stuff like that. By the time you know it, it will be Lebanese and Europeans are the ones enjoying it. You go to any restaurants over there, they'll be packed full of them. You go to the beach, they'll be packed full of them. The locals won't get to enjoy it because that's our mentality. Because when you want to even do something for locals, people that they get this wrong mentality like our locals don't have money. You have to attract foreign people to come to your nice hotels and restaurants and stuff like that for you to bring in foreign exchange. So that's the number one mentality right there. We do not think that our local people don't feel. Look at.
Oh, but let's be honest. There's a guy who moved from UK to Nigeria, and he built up a business called Landmark in Lagos. That guy's making a lot of money
from local people.
Yes,
that's what I'm trying to say. But we don't believe in that. If we don't attract foreigners to come in,
a lot of money.
That's what I'm saying. But it's one of a kind. If we don't attract, you have to see a lot of examples on that. We're a bandwagon culture.
Have you been to Dinas? Have you been to Landmark?
Landmark.
Yes, in Lagos.
The beach.
They have a business center. They have beach. They have hotel. Just build this like live and work environment.
I have not. No, I haven't been yet.
Oh, the guy. You need to go there. Like they did wonders there. The guy tried. He was living in the UK before, then moved to Nigeria and set that place up.
Well, that's what we need. We need a lot of examples of people like that. For us our local people to enjoy the fruits of those places. But it's a challenge. I mean, if somebody goes ahead and start a project and build a foundation pieces for local people to thrive and attract and have the local, particularly it's political. Because if the people are happy politically, they entertain themselves, there won't be all this complaining about the country is hard. And, because people will point to things like that and as entertainment, that the country is fun. You have your little family, you can take them out to places like that. But we don't, it's a big hump. I mean, that Nigerian guy you said about is one of a kind. But we need multiple examples of those people. So it's a challenge. Most of us just sit over here. Well, as long as we go to school and get degrees and get a big fat job and take care of our own people, that's all we care about. You're not trying to reinvest back home. As long as you're comfortable, you're comfortable. The diaspora. This is one of the things they need to pitch to the diaspora, man. You pitch to every diaspora around West Africa to establish something back there. Because a man can build all these buildings but you need people investing in businesses, opening up restaurants, leasing buildings for hotels, leasing, but people got to participate. You can do the infrastructure, but people got to participate and put in their own money. That's it. They're going to go with a strong PR campaign of enticing the diaspora, every West African diaspora. All the 16 West African diasporas that's out there need to pitch them. Pitch them that you can bring in your business, your brand of food, your brand of everything, from wherever you at. I mean, to open up businesses over there. If we don't do that, next thing you know is a whole bunch of Lebanese, Indians, whites are the only ones that are going to lease all those buildings, turn them into whatever for their people to come over. Then the local people are going to be sitting out there looking, not being part of the process. So that's the thing right there. We're not business minded. We're not risk averse. We don't want to invest our money into any project, even if somebody helps you halfway and make it extremely cheap.
The thing is, based on my observation, black people don't like long-term investment. They always want this quick return. That's the problem.
That's the thing. That's the thing right there. But this is the thing. If is the risk factor. There are over how many millions of West Africans? Because it's a West African play. There are hundreds of millions of West Africans around the world. If you pitch to every West African diaspora community, if they asking whatever they say the deposit is too much for one person, you can do. That's why they do crowdfunding. They have to have a separate a business that does crowdfunding specifically. Because if I say they asking price is $10,000 and everybody thinks that $10,000 is too much, well, we can start off at $500 and make installment payments and stuff like that. But they gotta have if they really truly want it to be local, they have to have some kind of strong PR campaign where they go in and have these conventions where they can entice city to city where there's a lot of West African diasporas and sell the idea. Because if we're comfortable over here, we got a comfortable jobs. Yeah, but if we can invest in a place where in the future for our kids can inherit, yeah. It'd be a good idea, but they got to do a serious PR campaign.
Doesn't Africa has its own stock exchange?
Yeah, a lot of countries have their own stock exchanges. Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa, Kenya, countries like that have their own stock exchange. But those are established elites. The elites run those stock exchanges. Yeah.
Well, if Idris Elba's company, the Sherbrooke Island, can grow to become an elite, then that could be something that you can invest in long term. So that's
that's the danger. That's the danger because you put it out there, the Europeans and Chinese and all those people, they're gonna be the big buyers of those. They're gonna be the investors, and if they're the investors, they might want to have say in who they bring in. They might make it more white friendly or European friendly to them because they're the key investors.
No.
Let me pass it to Fatima. Go ahead, Fatima. Unmute yourself, Fatima.
Hey, how you all doing?
Doing well.
Thank you, Mr. Amira, for putting this together and bringing our thought here. So it's actually appreciative. I just agree with the first brother that just answered the question that we need to think about basic first, going back to the basic. And right now, what we have is not working. Let's just start from road. And I'm talking about Africa in general. So I'm taking this to my village now because most of the time I spend time in village. I'll see that look all the road. the road to even get to the city is bad. And all these people know. It's a good idea. I want it to come to fruition. All of them that are talking about smart city. But let's go back to basic and build from the ground first for common people. Because when we start talking about this smart city, is boiled down to the 1%. And that's my thought. But thank you for letting me chap in.
No problem. Thank you for joining. Anybody want to respond?
Yeah, like it's right. The 1% are the people that are gonna benefit the most, and the foreigners. You know. So I don't know if they got a mission statement which says it's a tourism place for locals, the 1%, the masses, or foreigner. I don't know who they're trying to attract. You know, they just what I heard was like a tourist venue where they build up this place. I don't know who their target customers are. You see, that's the thing right there. That's what we're gonna find out, who is their target customer, because if they make it open, so look at all these other places, even Kenya, Tanzania, dominated by whites. It's whites that they dominate those places. They are the tourists, even Gambia, you know, whites the ones that dominate. You go to most of the restaurants, it's whites. They're the ones having fun in there. The clubs or whatever establishment was built right there. The whites are, even South Africa. The whites are the ones that are enjoying that. So I don't know if it's just a cash cow where they want to bring in money for themselves, for the investors, or is it targeted towards locals in the sub-region or in the country, or I don't know what their mission statement is. I don't know who they're targeting. You know, because if they just they just build it for anybody can come, then hey, it's not a Pan-African concept. If you ask me, it's just a money maker for the investors. So I don't know who they're targeting, who their target client is, or they want to replicate the Kenya. Because all the examples, Kenya, South Africa, Tanzania, dominated by whites. Even Senegal and Gambia, whites come in droves. They're their target clientele. You know, what about homegrown domestic thing? Look like in America, people go on vacation. They go to Disney World, all domestic. They go to Miami. They go to California. What about the domestic?
They go to Las Vegas.
Yeah, domestic homegrown tourism. Why? I know we don't spend dollars, because that's the number one thing right there. Most times the banks will want you to bring in foreign exchange, so the country can have ample amount of foreign exchange, so you can use it to order when they bring in all this food and electronics into the country. You can have medicines. You can have foreign exchange to buy out there in the market. But what about the homegrown domestic? That is the area where there are millions of people in Sierra Leone, where our population was close to 12 million. I mean, if you can get 1 million people that can spend, target their market for 1 million people that could spend even a quarter of what the white people spend. That's a market by itself. But people don't even want to go down that road. They just want to open up a place where the whites can come in, bring in their foreign exchange, deposit in the banks, so the banks can have enough foreign exchange, and it be white dominated. Now the people they'll have jobs, but it's catered to the white people. It's not a Pan-African concept, you know.
Don't forget that digital and cryptocurrency isn't going anywhere, and that's changing the playing field. So of course, the American dollar, the European money will always be dominant when it comes to government backed currency. But don't forget that cryptocurrency is coming. So if Idris Elba wants to invest in a smart city, who's to say that as a local national in Sierra Leone that you can enjoy vacationing in this on this island using cryptocurrency if you can invest in that and have that to spend in the next 10 to 15 to 20 years.
Well, I don't
This
know
is
their
a
mission
long-term
statement.
project.
I don't know their mission statement. Well, I don't know what they're trying to do. I know they're trying to build a smart city, touristy city to attract people. But I don't know I don't know if they cater to the locals in any
Well,
shape or form.
it's a
You see, we
private
don't know
business.
that. We don't know that unless we look at their mission statement. Dinas, can you pull up their mission statement so we know who they're targeting?
I mean, it's a
Because
private business. He's not going to tell you all of his plans before someone else can steal his ideas.
well, I don't know. I just fear that all the examples around Africa has been catering to outsiders. They cater to outsiders because they want foreign exchange. They want dollars in their bank accounts and foreign money so they can use it to order their stuff. So the examples out there, I don't know what these people are doing, but prior to him, the examples are not good out there. They're not Pan-African centered. They don't cater to the locals, and there's no.
Okay, can I say this? If you want to succeed, first of all, you need to seek like that particular island. If you seek approval for the government, should be tax free. Like they are not going to pay tax for maybe like the next 20 years, so they will use that period to build and develop. Yeah.
Not this government. This government right here. The tax. This government likes to tax. This government looking for any nook and cranny to tax. I run a business. Our family runs a farm business. We grow palm oil. Man, I'm telling you, what we look at our tax receipts last year, bro. The guys, they tax you even if you make money or not. As long as you operate in a business and it's registered, you got to pay a tax. This president right here is tax hungry. I mean, increase the tax base, which is was a very good thing, because most African countries we don't want to pay taxes, but he increased the tax base that everybody can pay tax. But it's gone too far, man. Anytime you open a store or anything is registered, is operating, the doors are not locked. You're paying the daily tax.
Okay, is it the west side? It's Shibro.
Shabro is Shabro Island. The people are Shabro. It's a tribe called Shabro. It's one of our tribes. It's called Shabro, and that's their place right there, Shabro Island.
Okay, you are from Sierra Leone.
I am.
Okay. And if you look at it, it's not even far away from Lagos. And just take a ferry down to
that's what I'm saying. If you pull up the map of West Africa, everybody along that West African sub-region can benefit. That's one of the premium places where you can go have fun. But it takes, a Pan-African focus. Try to pitch this idea to all the people that got money all throughout in all the 16 West African countries to open businesses over there. Get the local banks involved, because we got a lot of Nigerian banks, Ghanaian banks, Sierra Leonean banks, whatever. Get the banks involved, make it a Pan-African focused thing. But I don't know.
I think they have airports here. I can view the place from Snapchat as we speak now.
This is the historic slave places that preserve.
There's a runway here. I can see a picture of runway. Airport. It's true.
All that coastline right there is beautiful. The peninsula. It's really beautiful. I mean, you can turn. That's billions of dollars waiting to happen right there.
Yep.
Some of those white people go with these seaplanes and drop, go over there. You go in the inside, man. It's beautiful, man. But it's got to be Pan-African driven.
Monrovia. All these areas, all these coastal areas should be well developed. The government just focus their resources on this area. Let's develop this coastal area.
What about us? What about us, the diaspora? Why can't we come up with a fund to pitch in? Why can't we have an investment fund?
Yeah, huh? I think the diaspora, the citizens, because the government.
Yeah, we're comfortable in these places. We don't went to school, got all these degrees, make comfortable money. You know, why can't we invest in a fund? You know, and see the returns. Why?
Yeah, can I come in real quick?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah,
Go ahead.
I mean, yeah. The other thing I see is that we will see some of this popping up because of the globalist ideas. The globalist idea is like, yeah, the Western world, they have everything. So let's go other places to build other that's not doing well. But the only thing I find out of that is that they're finding another way of the slavery system being going, but in kind of modern way. For now, all of us on this platform, we're woken up. Majority of us is still sleeping. And if I refer to one comment that the other brother say about, what about we, diaspora? Why don't us, have our own fund? If I put in my community in Los Angeles, if I put 10 people together, you barely see one person that say, I'm going back to build something. I'm that one of exception. I go home time to time. I come here only 90 days, I go back. So, but I'm saying this to the majority of us, like Dinosaur, that have been pushing, we need to just support the cause and continue to push and waken other people up, because our people are sleeping, not by choice, but at least by a lot of stuff that are already in place. And the other person that was doing the push is Dr. Arikana, so which they already set up that kind of fund or something like that. I know maybe you guys know her, but at the end of the day, it has to be Pan-Africanism mindset to take this up. Otherwise, it's going to fall in the dark globalist agenda, and at the end of the day, it's just going to be like, we're just going to be looking. We're not going to be able to do anything, I'm sorry to say, if we cannot up to now put something in place. So that's just my thought. And in that, there's a good, there's a bad, but how do you position yourself? That's what I'm doing for myself. How can I position myself when everything is rolling in and rolling out? Where can I find myself? So we need to start thinking about that.
Yeah,
So,
if out here, just what you said, piggyback of what you said. Out here in North Carolina, we got what we call brothers abroad. When I first moved to North Carolina, our communities were small. So what all us Africans did, we all came together and had one big organization where we support each other, our ceremonies and stuff like that. We show up, because if we don't do that, it would have been empty, So that concept being, we had other things like osusus. We had different types of osusus that we put together. Even some of our buildings that we had, we put osusus together. You have a comfortable job, contribute to the osusu. You do the osusu towards a project, you will succeed. That's all it is. But sometimes we complain about, these people over here, they treating us badly. They this, they that in America. But look at these Chinese people. You never see Chinese people work for somebody else. They always work for themselves. You know, if you see a Chinese dentist out here in North Carolina or any other profession, you see they own it, and they came together, to sponsor them each other. But even us, our doctors and lawyers out here, like in North Carolina, they had to do it on their own. Nobody helped them out. That's some of the things we have to look at. Osusu is typically West African. Everybody deposits their own money to what's on Osusu. It goes around, and we can save for projects. But we just be in this country, complaining in this country about how they treat us in America and whatever. But we have a whole Africa over there sitting out there. We're not doing nothing collectively to help each other out. I mean, I've invested back home in my parents' farm. I mean, it's been in a farm for generations, and we have over 300 acres of palm oil. We're spending a lot of my money, but then some Osusus out here, I contribute. So they're $500 Osusus up to $10,000 Osusus. That people can contribute, but it just when you're comfortable, it's hard to think of investment or whatever. You're comfortable. You went to school and got all these degrees and got a job that's paying you good. So you're too comfortable to do that. That's our problem. It's our problem. I mean.
All right. So here's the website for the project. So he has if you guys want to go to SherbrookeIslandCity.com, it goes into detail as far as the plans and the impact and development and so yeah. But let me put the link in the chat room for you guys to visit.
This is beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
I see they got solar panels in the bottom. Like solar panels, like a solar farm, something like that. Oh man. Yeah,
I want to come in again. One of the examples of this that I have, like one of my uncle, she worked for Boeing for so many years. He have a couple of company in Africa. He always in and out, and they say when I retire, I want to do something. So he have projects like this actually in my village. But now going through that project, the money that project is gonna cost is a lot. Then going back to who is going to fund it, this is what they tell us. I mean, the Idris have, powerful people that can support that. I'm just going back to our own level now because we want it to benefit our own community. We want it to be like an industrial city. Because in my village, 99% of people there are farmers. How can we add value to them? So now when we're doing the presentation about this project, what's coming up is that the big investors that are going to bring in money, that who are your off-taker? Who's going to be taking all this? We understand it's going to be industrial city, it's going to be a lot of farming, it's going to be a lot of activities, it's going to be housing for farmer. But who are your off-taker? Even before we can even give you money. So we have mini stadium there. Who's going to be using the stadium? Who's going to, all this stuff. So we brought down that, okay, we can get the money, sure, you have a lot of network, but the road, even just a road from the federal government, the main road to get to that village, it's not okay. As individual, as a private organization, you cannot go do state road or federal road, not even local government road. Somebody did in my village, they did it. They have money, they were blessed. They did it just local government road because it's bad for people to be able to ask, you know what, these stupid people policy, excuse my language, they went to go arrest him. They say he didn't get permission to do the road. So I'm saying this to say that That's a problem that we still having. If somebody bring an idea, even the government not supporting, we not supporting, is even more difficult. A lot of people have come, have gone from our people, and they get frustrated and they're not going back. Like people like me, I've been in that space for past 10 years. I told them, I don't care how difficult is it. This is where I'm going to be. This is where I get my peace of mind. If I'm in America, I'm blessed. We thank God for everything. I went to school in America. Glory be to God. But when I'm back home, I get my peace of mind. But I'm going back to say that even people that have that mind doing something big like that, the government to just even do the road or to just give permission to do the road, it can be challenging. So, there's a lot to it. There's a lot to it. So I'll stop right there.
Dinas, let me say something.
Go ahead.
The reason why most of these celebrity, let's be honest, why they don't, when they come up with the idea, people don't actually support is that they don't have any, what should I call it? There's nothing they can show like background, like, okay, we have done this before. This is proof that this can succeed. For instance, let me use this. Someone like, let me not measure Dangote. We have used him too much. Let me measure Mike Ademiga, the owner of Globalcom. He has proof. He has something. He has already done it before. Person like that, if you approach people for investment, they will listen to him because he already conquer this thing before. Most of these celebrities, they don't have anything to back up this. That's why most time they don't get the finance, the money they need to actualize most of this most of this dream or idea they have. It's not because they don't have any backstory or what they have done before that will make people say, "You guys have done this before. At least if we give you this investment, we'll get our money back." It's all about will the investors get their money back? That's the thing.
Can I jump in? I just wanted to
Go
say
ahead. Go ahead.
something. Yeah, when the brother was talking about roads to his village, um, that the government didn't ask for permits, and typically in Africa, you have to involve the government in anything you do. There's no way in which you can, as much as we don't like, they don't like them. They they're corrupt or whatever. You got to involve them. If you can't get like the local chief involved, the local member of parliament, the local representative, all these people need the mayor or the regional whatever. All these people need to be involved in anything you do to give you the go ahead. I mean, we can complain as much as we want, like, oh, these people always want money, money, money. But if you don't give them money or you don't get them involved, nothing is going to go through.
I agree.
You see what I'm trying to say? So why I'm saying that you have to get the government part involved.
Yep.
Government approval, so all your things get approved. Secondly,
so there will be no obstacles.
Secondly, I'm telling you that I'm in the palm oil business in the city, outside the city, and in the village. Like in the village, where we had 10,000 acres of land, we have to give some of those acres of production of palm oil to the local chief, the local district council head, chairman, the regional governor. All these people, you have to give them some parts or shares into the thing. If you sit down and say, oh, these people, they want everything you do, you have to give them something, you're not going to get anywhere in Africa. And then secondly, about these people got, from even a governmental standpoint, the government, like the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Ministry of Tourism, can go over and pitch your ideas to other foreign investors. You are not the only one that has to go out there and do the PR job and get financing. Your government too can help you. Use that as a leverage, because when these ministers and whatever go out and investors ask them, what do you have in your country? What can I invest in your country? Your idea might be one of the things they show, one of the things they show as a place to invest. So use everything you can. Don't look at it like, well, this is my our people's land. Why are we gonna give the governor 1,000 acres? It's just part of the business. It's part of. You want to move to another level. It's part of it. You know, that's our problem in Africa. We have this white man's mentality. That's why we stuck over here. Oh, they don't ask for this. They don't ask for bribe. They don't ask for this. They don't ask for that. The government, when you want a paper, you have to bribe them or give them this or give them that. That's how it works in Africa. They're in charge. But if you're trying to sidestep them, they'll let you know who's in charge. You know? Look at all these. Why I'm talking like that, my dad was very influential in the foreign department. And when they were pitching ideas, a lot of people with farming projects, fishing projects, different Sierra Leone, even other West Africans that were invested in Sierra Leone came to him. That when he was going to like the United Nations, pitch ideas. Pitch ideas when you get in a room one-on-one with a whole bunch of investors. You got to use every tool in the book. Every tool to get you know, where instead of just getting mad, all these people want too much. You can't, in Africa, there's no way around the politician. There's no way around them. You have to get them involved. That's why most of the people are over here. They'd rather stay over here and keep their money than go over there and invest and give a politician money or land or whatever. They don't want to do it. That's our problem. You know, that's a big problem. Until we get over that hump, that mentality of dealing with the government, yeah, the people in charge, they want to go have, for them to put the signature on the paper or for them to refile you or endorse your, enlist your endorsement, and you know, an endorsement for you, you have to have a piece of the cake. You have to have people that know business really know that people have to have a piece of the cake. They're not just in there for that's the white man's way. A white man is the one that when they send him to a government, give him a government job, he can get less paid, but he's worked for the people. Those people are in there for a reason, to get benefits out of their position. And if you don't want to play ball that way, it's going to be a problem. They're going to be in your way every step of the way. And if you look at that as frustration and go back, okay, stay in America. America is not a home. Whatever we comfortable as we can get over here, no place like home. If we don't go back home and try to invest, it's a problem. It's a problem. That's all I'll say. I mean, some of us are sweating where we invested, but I mean, you don't want to know how many times I go to, like when we go to the border, like Guinea or Sierra Leone, or we go all the way to like Mali or places like that to celebrate. You know how many times we pay double and triple just to get things through? But we have to do business. You see what I'm trying to say? We had one time. That's the problem. I'm like the only sibling in my family that does it, because the rest of my family, they're not touching it. They stay in America, rather stay in America and keep their money in America. I'm the one that spend my hard-earned dollars, pay these people twice, 3 times just to do business. You have to. But once everything is done, you don't have any competition. Once you go through the whole thing, you dominate. Because other people don't want to do what you do. You do that, and you look at a long-term plan down the road, you're going to dominate. That's why people like Dangote will dominate. You know, and I don't know, even if they give him the way in is challenging. People that take up the challenge, You suffer today, eat tomorrow. But African mentality is, I do business quickly, I need my money. In the next 2 seconds, I need my money. If I can't get my money in the next 2 seconds, it's not business. Long-term planning. You know, when you do long-term planning, you are the one that's gonna dominate. But we don't want to do it. That's our problem. You know, sad to say. It's sad. I mean, I don't know. That's the fear I get. After a little while, these people are gonna get frustrated and just get a whole bunch of white investors, and they cater to their white people, and the project goes ahead. And the local people out there in the village won't have. Only thing they will have job opportunities to work in the hotels.
But
But
let me say this. Our people also need to learn how to play the game. Yes, the foreigners they come in to bribe the government official. You should also do the same. Do the same thing and get things done. Because if you don't do it, there will be hurdles and delay. Bribe those you are willing to bribe, then get the job done. You cannot
we
change
don't want
that.
to do that. We don't want to do that.
That means we
It's
are not
safe.
we are not ready. We are not serious.
No, we know we're safe in America. It's safe. Get a safe, secure job in America, and live comfortable, or Europe or wherever, in the Middle East or wherever, Asia, and you're comfortable. Nah, it's not your problem to save the people back home. But you know, home is home. There's no place like home, man. I've been, you know how long I've been? It's been 27 years, bro. And every time oh man, I miss Africa so much. The freedom, you know, the fun you get, as opposed to this place where.
Brother, my advice I always tell people is that when you leave, see, if you don't have the document to travel, I get it. But anything that make you have document or passport, I don't see the reason why you be gone for 30, 20 years. For what? Is it that
People don't want to come back out because they don't want to do the extra. You have to bribe this. You have to pay. There are people, they just put them in one position. All they do is sign a paper. But for you to sign that paper, you have to give them some money.
Brother, the saddest thing is that some will come over, they will visit, they will realize that the people they left behind, they are way well off than them right now. Some of them have become set up business, become wealthy, are well to do in the society. They now they got nothing.
You're not lying. Most of the people I went to school with, they all over everywhere, from the court buildings to the regional local governments. All my classmates are all over. Big jobs. They've done big things. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I mean, we get comfortable in these places and nobody wants to risk their money. Even when we're over here, they say do osusus. I'm telling you. Even when to do osusus over here is a problem. So do osusus over here is a problem, boss.
It's just lack of trust. We have this lack of trust within ourselves. We don't trust each other, and that's the problem.
You have your business, they take your business. It takes a long time for them to pay. You know, when they go into a white man's business, they pay cash or whatever on the point of sale. But with us, we have your businesses all over there. People owing you money. Oh man, it's I'm telling you.
We need to do better.
I'm telling you, it just takes some of us that have the that you know want to go back home, because I go back home 2 times a year.
Good.
Some of us that go, because I gotta keep up with my harvest. I harvest twice a year in Sierra Leone in our places. So only us that can a small percentage. We have to find each other, and then go ahead from project to project, involve ourselves. But if you look into everybody, there are people who have all types of opportunities, close to all types of people or whatever. They don't want to do it. Even some people in my own family, I'm the only one standing for my family legacy. Everybody doesn't want to risk nothing, you know.
Hey,
So,
hey, Amara, we gotta close out. Hey, everyone,
all right.
let me put the link. I'll put the link in the chat room to the project site. Let me put it back in the chat room. And like I said, I mean, I want this to be seen through. It's a win for me. It's a win for Sierra Leone. It's a win for Africa. So, in fact, when he's done, sure, I want to build a hotel on Sherboro. So, everyone, thank you so much for joining. Like, share, subscribe. Until next time, family, dynasty, search for Huru. Peace.